Okay, hello, and welcome to day 4 of the Journey to Chinese Fluency. This is my 4th day recording these and uploading them for anyone who is also interested in mastering the Chinese language one step at a time. So today I am prepared. I have my coffee. I have some chocolate bread picked up from a little bakery just down from the apartment, a chocolate croissant, and what they call cream cheese bread. I'm really interested in trying this one, actually. And a jar of Nutella, which I didn't really expect to see at the store when I went down there this morning. So this one actually has the Chinese characters on it. You can actually see that I've got them pulled up there. So it is 能多益中国可可酱. Now, I'm pretty sure that 能多益 is just, what do you call it? It's not the anglicized version. It's the opposite of an anglicized version. It's just a borrowed word. They've just thrown together some words that have a similar sound to Nutella, and it's 能多益. Now, 可可酱 means coconut. Yeah, it means cocoa. Yeah, it definitely means cocoa. Yeah, okay, here we go. 可可酱 is cocoa sauce, which I suppose is technically true. And the 多益 正果, the 正果 is hazelnut. So we have 能多益 is Nutella. 正果可可酱 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 is the hazelnut spread part of that name. So hazelnut cocoa spread is 正果可可酱. And 能多益 is the specific name for Nutella. Alright, so I got that. It's probably really unnecessary. This bread kind of already has chocolate in it. These things are delicious. Little streaks of chocolate running all through the bread. I haven't had any carbs today. It was just eggs, bacon, and sausage for breakfast, so I don't feel too bad about it. Oh. Yeah, the Nutella is definitely a plus. 能多益中国可可酱. Alright. So we're going to get started. We don't have too many cards to go through today. Here, we're going to just pop back out of that. You see, I've only got 26 cards to power through, and then we will be opening up a Chinese sitcom by the name of 家有儿女, which I'm told was very popular with most people like 10 to 20 years ago. Like most people, most Chinese millennials would have watched this show when they were kids. So it's probably going to be a really great place for us to learn a little bit of Chinese culture, learn a lot of vocabulary, and I'm going to start doing the shadowing method with that show. So that'll be really fun. Yan, kan, tian, zhou, yao, liang, liang le. 眼看天就要凉了，眼看天就要凉了。
眼看天就要亮了。
眼看天就要凉了. And okay, the one that I was worried about was liang, and I did get that right. Awesome. Alright. 他干 something 了. Gan. What could be there?
感冒了。
感冒了. 感冒了 means to get sick. So it says here that he got a cold, but 感冒了 really is just used to say that someone has gotten sick. But he caught a cold would, if you were trying to tell someone that they caught a cold, then yes, that's what you would say probably. So we're going to write that one more time. Ta 感冒了感冒了感冒了他感冒了他感冒了 And you'll see whenever we get into that show later how quickly people who are native speakers actually talk when they're speaking to each other. Now, I can chat with and get along with and have conversations with people back and forth. And my spoken Chinese is significantly better than my written or reading, But when they native speakers are talking to each other, the speed is it's a lot to follow. It really is. 这本书从前很出名现在没人看了 Alright. So, 这本书从前很出名现在没人看了 So, this book, alright, 这本书 ben is the measure word for books. Ben. This is used, so if you have 5 books, you have 五本书. If you have 6 books, it's 六本书. If you have 2 books, 两本书. And 2 has 2 different ways of saying it. You say 二 or 两. So 我有两个. I have 2. 我2岁. I'm 2 years old. 我20岁. I'm 20 years old. 那are. So, depending on how you're using the sentence, you may use are, you may use 两. They're not. They are interchangeable. They mean the same thing, but the way they actually use them in sentences varies. Ooh, that light through the windows is getting me right in the eye. All right. 这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。I'll try to do it really fast. 这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。My hand didn't really keep up with my mouth, but okay, cool. So this book was once really famous. So, 从前, let's go ahead and look that up really quick. 从前 formerly or in the past, okay? So was once is a pretty good way of transliterating that into English, interpreting it into the English language. So 这本书从前很出名. Now this one, 出名, and this means
这本书从前很出名，
Oh, no.
现在没人看了。
I got the wrong Ming. So it should be the Ming from 名字 from name, and the Ming that I used was the Ming from 明白, which is to understand something. So I actually used the wrong one right there. That's my fault. But this 出名 means famous or well-known, popular is a good way to do that. So famous. Unfortunately, I got it wrong. So 出名出名现在没人看了没人 is a don't have people. No people read it. So that's going to go back in. That's 6.7 months on the next one. It would have been a while before I saw that again. That is a small mistake that brought that right back around. But it's that strict nature of studying that's going to make it a whole lot easier over time to really keep these characters locked in the memory. And one thing to know if you're looking to especially learn to write characters is that you have to continue doing it indefinitely. Many adult native Chinese speakers from mainland China can't write Chinese. They can write basic day-to-day stuff. They can sign their names. They can fill out documents if they need to fill out paperwork at the bank or the hospital or something. But if you just ask them to write some random one-off character, there's a good chance of them not knowing how to write it anymore, just because the writing system is so complex. Because writing the characters is so difficult, you have to remember what it looks like, and then you have to remember the feeling of writing it. If they don't handwrite a lot, there's a really strong possibility that from high school to the time they're 30 years old or 30 plus, that they have forgotten how to write a large number of characters, especially characters that they're not going to have to, input on a regular basis, on some sort of paper sign-in sheet or, government or hospital or bank document. So it's really crazy because I can ask people, and occasionally out and about, I'll ask someone like, how do I write this character? And I'll hand them my tablet or my phone, the stylus, like, can you help me find this character? Can you write it down? Or I'll ask them, how do I write this character that you just said? This is a new word for me. And then they're unable to reproduce the character, so they have to use a different input method and type the character in order to bring it up. So they know it, they can recognize it, but the ability to write it has been lost, which is mind-boggling to me. It's crazy. So here we have 你会开车机开车床 This is a lathe. We learned this yesterday. 你会开那这是车床吗？你会开车床吗？
你会开车床吗？
你会开车床吗？你会开车床吗？ Do you know how to work a lathe? I need to edit that one. We want to drop those characters onto the other side so that no matter which one we see, we'll always see those characters and we'll be able to reproduce them in case we got them wrong. All right. Now, 你something 的很好。So, not sure about this one, but the character I'm writing now is duh. Now this is a different duh. So this is the duh for possessive right here, right? This duh, we'll look it up here in a second and I'll show you that in the dictionary because it's one of those things I know how to use, but I don't know if I can really properly describe it without looking it up. Something 的很好。
你干得很好。
你干得很好。You did a good job. 干得很好。So let's go ahead and check that out. 干的 This is duh. Usually the set one here is typically a second tone. 你干得很好。 你干得很好. So let's go ahead and check that one out. So we're going to look up 干 as a verb or an adjective, an adverb. So in a literary form, it can sometimes mean a waterside or bank. Archaic, it could have been used to represent a shield. To offend or affront, have to do with, be concerned with, seek. Is an adjective, dry, empty, hollow, without substance or empty. Nominal kinship, in vain, futile, in response to nothing, to result only with. Let's check out this one. Trunk, stem, main part. Colloquial. So this is what we're looking right here. 干得好. It means to do, work, or act. So this one, you could probably also, instead of saying 你干的, "你干得好," or 你干得很好, you can probably say 你做的很好,你做的很好, or 你做得很好, like you also did well. Those would have pretty similar meanings. 你干得很好. So that's a new one for us. 1, 2, 3. 干得很好. Let's go ahead and while we're here, and we'll check out "duh" as well, right? Oh, it's an auxiliary, or an auxiliary. It shows up after a verb or an adjective to express possibility or capability. 吃不的. 吃不的 means inedible. 你是做不的. 你是做不的. You mustn't do that. 这双鞋穿的. These shoes fit well. So it was it. 这双鞋穿的. It shows that the shoes have the possibility or capability of fitting well. Between a verb and its complement to express possibility. 难办那办得掉那办得到那办得到那办得到那办得到 That can be done 那办得到我拿得动他做得好做不好他做得好做不好他做得好做不好 Linking a verb or an adjective to a complement which describes the manner or degree. I think so. This is probably where we're finding our use right here. 唱得不好. It links the verb, which in this sentence is 干, right? So our verb was 干, to do something or to do work, right? And 很好. So here we are using 的 in order to link a verb or adjective to a complement which describes the manner or degree. So the complement here, which describes the manner or degree, is 很好. And the verb is 干. And 的 is being used to link these together. 你干得很好. No. I've just realized looks like my screen capture isn't screen capturing. Let's see if we can't fix that real quick. We will disconnect my VPN. Well, I apologize for that. So, we'll go and just, I'll look at those real quick again for you. All right. I know more or less where I am, so that's fine. Ni, gan, de, which this one is often de. Oh, hen, hao. So here for this character, this de is a different de from the one that we use to show possession. All right, to show that something or someone possesses a particular quality. It's different from this de. This de here is used to, at least in this case, it's linking a verb or an adjective to a complement which describes the manner or degree, such as 唱得不好, which is to not sing very well, or 写得很好, very well written. All right, so if we have 干的很好, 干得很好. All right, so it's this third one for 干. It's colloquial for do, work, or act. All right, so 干得很好. Now we're using it as a verb, so really this is not the after an adjective use of it. We're just using the 的 here to connect the 很好 to 干. 干得很好. And you see that these two 干, this is 干, 干, 干. 干, 干, 干. And those are different words, right? So the first two are actually the same. So here it also says this is a surname, but it has some archaic and literary meanings. Like those would just basically be written uses for the character rather than actual spoken uses, which is quite fascinating about Chinese. There's a lot of things that you will write or may see written that people would never verbalize. I don't know why. Not important. That's what we have going on here. So I did not know that one. It goes back in the deck anyways. Pa gan. Pa gan. Gun. Nope, not recalling it. 1, 2, 3.
他感冒了。
感冒了。感冒了。感冒。 This is 冒。感冒了，感冒了。
他感
Got that one wrong again. 这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。从前很出 This is Ming from 名字 the name. Ming for name. 出名 is a famous or popular. 现在没人看了，看了。这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。Now one more time. 这本书从前很出名，现在没人看了。We want to be able to speed that up, and if you're having trouble with it, one thing that I did early on whenever I was first learning was to start from the end of a sentence. So if you're kind of getting tongue twisted here, it's going to be easier to practice the sentence going from the end up to the front. So the way that would be, it'd be 了，看了，人看了，没人看了。哦，再没人看了。现在没人看了。So by starting there at the end of the sentence and then slowly working your way back towards the front, you're going to repeat the end of the sentence more often. You're more likely to start stumbling over a longer sentence like this. You're going to start stumbling over it somewhere in the middle or towards the end of the sentence. So by starting to practice from the end of the sentence, you're putting more loops, right? You're putting more muscle memory focus on the part of the sentence that's going to be the most trouble. So that's going to make it a lot easier for you to take a really long sentence like this and get to the point where you can pronounce it properly and start speaking it, in a much
这本书
faster
从
manner.
前很出名，现在没人看了。
All right. 你感冒了。No, 你干得很好。你干得很好。
你干得很好。
你干得很好。他感冒了。他感冒了。
他感冒了。
他感冒了。He caught a cold or he got sick. 这个学生学习上进步很快。 So we have 这个四声，水声就是二声一声，学习二声，上是四声，进步四声，很就是三声，快四声。So we have first tone, well, yeah, first tone, second tone, first tone. No, sorry. Fourth, second, first, second, fourth, fourth, third, fourth. All right, so we have 四声、二声、三声、二声、四声、三声、四声。
这个学生学习上进步很快。
All right, so let's see. Fourth, second, fourth, third, fourth. All right, cool. 这个学生学习上进步很快. So we know that 进步 is to improve. 很快 is very fast. Very fast. Very fast. Very fast. 学生 is student. 这个 is this. This student 学习 learns and improves very fast. Or the student is showing rapid progress in his studies. Just feel like we can add an extra sentence to that to really make that a little bit more fluent. This student learns and studies and improves. 学习 is to learn or to study. Learns and improves very quickly. And that is a little bit closer to the Chinese sentence structure.
Okay. 这个学生学习上
Okay. 我没完没完 We have two new characters here. Do we have 我 for I? May. It's May is every or all. One. May one. This one is for like evening or nighttime.
我每晚洗澡。
我每晚 Okay, we got two tones wrong. 我每晚洗澡我每晚洗澡 1, 2, 3. This is 洗澡洗澡我每晚洗澡我每晚洗澡我每晚洗澡 Now, when you have multiple third tones in a row like this, they won't actually all be pronounced the same way. There are some rules. I'm not particularly familiar with them, I apologize. but there are rules about how you pronounce multiple third tones in a row. So some of those will actually transition over into the second tone instead. 我每晚洗澡，我每晚洗澡。But once you're speaking semi-fluently, you won't really think about it. It'll just kind of happen naturally as you try to match the the diction of the local speakers. As you speed up and try to follow their pace of speaking, some of it'll just start to come naturally. Eventually, you kind of fall into a groove of the tones, and you'll use the proper tone without knowing why or how, which is really cool whenever that starts to happen. So, 我每晚洗澡. Okay, got that one wrong. 你丈夫什么时候下班回家? This is you probably shouldn't be asking people this question. If you ask someone this question, they might get the wrong idea. And you will understand why in just a second. 下班. Oh. 回家. So this is 你是政府. 政府. 政府 is 政夫 is husband. 你政夫 is husband. 你政夫什么 means what. 时候 time is in what time is it right now. 现在什么时候 is what time is it right now. 时候下班回二声家回家 下班 means to get off work. If you 下班 it's what time you get off work. 回 it means to go back or return. 家 means home. So if you ask someone 你丈夫什么时候下班回家? You're asking them, what time does your husband get off work? Or what time does your husband get home from work?
你丈夫什么时候下班回家?
That might be considered a little bit saucy if you ask someone that. Let's hope you're not asking too many people that question if you're over here. So let's see. 你丈夫什么? 你丈夫什么时候下班回家? Okay, we're good on the tones. 我每晚洗澡. 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 "我每晚洗澡。洗澡每晚洗澡。每晚洗澡。
我每晚洗澡。
我每晚洗澡。Copy that over and pop that in over here. So, 我每是每晚 yeah, whatever. 洗 澡我每晚洗澡 and all of these are third tone 每晚洗澡我每晚洗澡
我每晚洗澡。
我每晚洗澡 So today was the first time I've seen those characters 洗澡 Of course I know them spoken I got my coffee with me. Oh, I wanted to show you. I went down to the market today, and they had Nutella. Let me see if I can get up, and I will show this to the camera. Eventually, I'll probably set up a second one so I don't have to move. But you can actually see this is the characters. So the first three are actually the name for Nutella. This is 能多益, 能多益, which I think is just like this is just they've taken the name Nutella and they've transferred it into something that sounds a little bit similar in Mandarin Chinese. 能多益 It's just the name Nutella, but that would be the Chinese brand name for it. Now this one is 榛果可可酱是榛果可可酱榛果可可酱 means hazelnut cocoa it's a 榛果可可酱 it's hazelnut cocoa spread or sauce or like a thick spread of some sort so it's a 榛果可可酱 for Nutella or hazelnut cocoa spread which I thought it was pretty cool to see that at the store today. I was happy that they had it there. All right, so I do apologize about the audio. The microphone I've got, the cord just doesn't quite reach all the way over here. So let's get back into this. 他学习上进步很快. 他学习上进步很快. All right, so that one's a pretty simple one. 他 is he. 学 from learn, from 学生 or 学习. 上 Now we're going to do 进步. 进步很 means very 快他学习上进步很快 So these are the characters for it and we'll see
他
right
学
here
习上进步很快。
No, this one doesn't have the Chinese characters added to the other side of the card yet so let's go ahead and fix that real quick paste and save go through there cool So we can see 他学习上进步很快他学习上进步很快 Very easy and we see if I
他
click
学
on
习
it
上进步很快。
at the bottom we do have those characters 他学习上进步很快 and I have written those correctly 他们住进同一家旅馆他们住进同一家 And this is Lu. Lu. Guan. Oh, I think we've gotten that one right. 一家旅馆. 旅馆 is a hotel. So 他们 is they. 住进 live in. This gene here is to enter or be at a place. So 住进. Tong means together, right? Or yeah. 一家 jia here is the measure word for a building. It's a measure word for hotel. So if you were talking about 5 hotels, it would be 5家旅馆. It'd be 5家旅馆. And this LU, you see that they've got the LU and then they've got that double dot 3. That means that whenever the card was created, there wasn't a character for that. And this means that U isn't making the U sound. It's going yu, yu guan, yu guan. It's a yu guan. So 他们住进同一家旅馆。
他们住进同一家旅馆。
他们住进同一家旅馆。And this character I wrote a little bit incorrectly. So here we had, let me go ahead and write it one more time. Should have been like this. I'd added an extra little tail right at the end of that. So I'm still going to give myself that card correct. That's such a small error that, you know, even if it was, if someone were to like see it in my handwriting, they would probably know what I meant to write. Right? So it would just be like a typo, just a little spelling mistake. That's fine. So, 这家商店里的人们大都是游客. This is one from yesterday. 这家. So we see here that jia is once again being used as a measure word for a building or a place of business in this instance. So we have shang, this is shang, shang. Dian. Xiang Dian is a store, a shop. Li de renmen, people. Da do, mostly. Shi, you, ke, 游客，大都是游客，大都是游客。So this one we are 这家是这家商店里的人们大都是游客。这家商店里的人们大都是游客。Alright, so we've written it.
这家商店里的人们大都是游客。
这家商店里的人们大都是游客。Oh, 游客. It was second tone. So let's go ahead and check that because I really feel like that 游客 is游客 All right, it is second tone. And let's see what happens if we yo yong. Yeah, it is a second tone. So unfortunately, I've gotten that one wrong yet again. But that's fine. We'll go ahead and edit this one while we're at it. Paste and save. So we are very close. 游客,游客.
这家是
我已经写了3个小时了，消失了，消失了，消失了。我已经写了3个小时了。我已经写了3个小时了。我已经写了3个小时了。So 已经写了3个小时了。So 我已经写了3个小时了。
我已经写了3个小时了。
Excuse me. 不好课，不好课的，不好课的。Oh. So 不 means no. 好 good. No good. 不好课的 the 不好课的 or 好课的好课 means polite or friendly, all right, or without manners. So this means that someone's been rude. 没有表现没有表现出好课的出好课的不友好的So 友好 is to be friendly, to be very friendly to someone, all right? Show friendliness. 不友好的 means that someone's being unfriendly. So this last bit, someone's being unfriendly. 不友好的不好课的 means that someone has failed to show if you have guests and you're being a good host, you are showing hospitality. There we go. This is the English word that I'm looking for. So lacking hospitality or politeness maybe or manners. 不好课的不好课的没有表现出好课的 So this sentence means 没有表现出好课的 This sentence means that that someone has failed to show generosity and is being unfriendly. And from the structure, I think that they are directly accusing their host of being rude. 不好课的 Not good towards your guests. All right. 没有表现. Ah, 表现 is to express. So you didn't express any chu after a verb to indicate an outward direction. Chu, so 没有表现出好客的. You didn't express outwardly any generosity or hospitality. So you 表现, you didn't express any outward generosity towards me. 没有表现出好客的. You didn't express any generosity towards me as your customer. 不好客的. 没有表现出好客的. 好客. So in this word, the 好 has the fourth tone because of its placement right here with 客. 好客. 没有表现出好客的. All right. So 不好客的是没有表现出好客的。不友好的，
不好客的，没有表现出好客的，不友好的。
不好客的。Let's see here.
上句点你。
You see
不
here that
好客的，
there's
没有表现出好客的，不
there's a
友好的。
discrepancy right here. So then the first 好客的, it's showing a third tone, whereas in the second 好客的, it's showing two second tones. 不好. Now, I think that most likely the reason is because whenever they pulled these pinyin and pulled the tone markings for it, instead of thinking it's 不好客, they're thinking it's 不好客. So that's why that tone is there. So I actually think that that tone is written incorrectly and needs to be fixed. 不好客的。
不好客的，没有表现出好客的，不友好的。
The audio also agrees with me. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm capturing the audio that I'm getting through my earbuds here. But it pronounces it 不好客的, not 不好客的. So there's that difference, that intonation difference. I think that that changes better. Now, what do I do about the sentence 不好客的? I think I'll come back to that later and figure out how to correct that sentence later. 你来吗? 你来吗? There's a, will you come? Are you coming? And the reply is 我很乐意. Now, we know from the other day that 乐意 can mean I'm willing to do something or I'm very happy to do something. Are you coming or not? Are you going to come with us? Will you come? I'd be happy to.
上句点你来吗？上句点我很乐意。
Very good. All right. 他们住进同一家旅馆. Let's see if I can fix this in a second. 他们住进同一家旅馆里 旅馆里，他们住进同一家旅馆。
他们住进同一家旅馆。
So we're going to see if we can. You have a couple of options. So this would typically be for the third tone. We could do just the two dots over the top because I don't like the colon or semi. Yeah, I don't like the colon followed by the 3. I think it's just odd looking. Now the other option is to replace it with a V. So whenever you type pinyin, if you want to type that U sound, you use a V instead of a U. So that actually might be, I think that'll be the best way to do that actually. Because I think up till this point, every word that I know of that uses that modified U sound makes use of that third tone along with it. Yuguan. And then that's what we're going to do there.
他们住进同一家旅馆。
一家旅馆. And then later, if I need to change it, I will do so. 这家商店里的人们大都是游客. All right. We know that 游客 is 游客. 游客.
这家商店里的人们大都是游客。
商店里的人们大都是游客. All right, cool. So we got that one right. 11 cards to power through. I only started with 18 today, so 我已经写了3个小时了。我已经写了3个小时了。
我已经写了3个小时了。
3个小时了。他觉得以前见过他。The pinyin is incorrect here, so I have to fix that. So, 他觉得以前 should be 见 not 见过他他觉得以前见过他。
他觉得以前见过他。
So you can see here the characters are correct. And we need to go through and correct this pinyin. We need to replace that X with a J.
他觉得以前见过他。
以前见过他，以前见过他，以前见过他。他觉得以前见过他，他觉得以前见过他，他觉得他觉得以前见过他。不，你怎么可以这样说？你怎么可以这样说？你怎么可以？你怎么可以这样说？ So we have 你怎么可以这样说？
你怎么可以这样说？
你怎么可以这样说？你怎么可以这样说？你怎么可以这样说？真是的，这叫人非常不便。真是的，这叫人非常不便。真是的，这叫人非常不便。Truly, it's very inconvenient to call me for this, ask me about this, find me for this. This is very inconvenient. 真是的。不变。Actually, 不变 needs to have that curve in it. Because this is not the same thing as that. 不变。非常非常不变。
真是的，这叫人非常不
真
便。
是的，真是的，这叫人非常不便。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。弟弟是个those are some rough looking characters. 听话的男孩。
我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。
See, it's not showing me the characters every single time. I have to go in here and modify the layout of the deck in order to have it do that.
我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。
我弟弟是一个听话的男孩 and I did get that correct. 我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。 I like whenever I am practicing the tones in a sentence to go ahead and you'll notice that I'm kind of making markings here on the tablet, or sometimes I'll draw it out in the air just to get that extra muscle memory. 我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。And this is something that you might even find yourself doing in a conversation here. And, as you start talking to people, you might mispronounce a tone, and maybe your mouth has forgotten it. But if your finger remembers it, right, so then you can easily write it out. Or even if your pronunciation is just off, maybe you know the tone, maybe you know which one it is, but maybe you have trouble pronouncing the third tone. So you can show, if someone looks at you and says, 是花还是华？你可以说花 right? And you can actually draw out the character in the tone in the air. And you may even see sometimes that people here don't recognize a character that you use, or they're confused because two characters have the same sound and would both kind of make sense in a sentence, and they're trying to figure out which of those two characters you're using. They may even draw out the character in the air so you can bring to mind the correct character and know what they're talking about, and that can be really helpful. So every once in a while I end up doing that. 他有点儿喜欢他。他有点儿喜欢他，他有点儿喜欢他，他有点儿喜欢他，他他有点儿喜欢他 means she kind of sort of likes him.
他有点儿喜欢他。
他有点儿喜欢他。那是这他有点儿 it's just 他有点喜欢他。的那个应该就不需要，就是北京人的口音。It's like a Beijing accent kind of thing. That R there is not really necessary, but if you want to sound more local, if you want to pick up the Beijing accent, you can do it. I had someone tell me the other day that I kind of sound like I've got a little bit of a Guangdong accent, apparently. I didn't take that as a compliment, mostly because in Guangdong, people really lean towards speaking Guangdonghua, a local Cantonese dialect. And Guangdong in general is very resistant to adopting Mandarin as their main language there. A lot of the older people are really resistant to it. There's special schools where their kids can go to learn Cantonese instead of learning in Mandarin. They do a lot to maintain their own local language, and that's well, considering how many people there are in Guangdong who don't speak fluent Putonghua, being told that I sound Guangdong. I sound like Cantonese when I speak Putonghua. Well, it wasn't exactly. I don't think she was praising my Chinese. I think I was being mocked, but no well. 蛮重有错是很常见的. So this is 忙 busy. 忙中有错是很常见的。
忙中有错是很常见的。
忙中有错是很常见的，很常见的，常见 强健强健强健芒种有错是很常见的。Haste makes waste, an idiom, 芒种有错。他比他高5公分。You write wu as either a 5 or the Chinese character for wu. 公分is centimeters. So he is taller than her. This is B. For compare, no, B. 他比他高5公分。他比他高5公分。This B is for comparison. 他比他高5公分。
他比他高5公分。
他比他高5公分。There we go. 他觉得一切见过他。So 建国, this 国 means already in the past, basically. 建国 is to have met, right? Instead of meet, it's to have already met. 以前 is previously. And 觉得 is to think or to feel. So she feels like she's previously met him.
他
完课后，男孩子们去睡了。完课后，男孩子们去睡了。This is Vespers. I've looked this word up, and this one is an interesting word. Maybe it's used more commonly in England? I don't know. Because I had never heard the word before coming to the US, or before studying Chinese, so. Oh, no, this is 累. 我写的是累。课。国。课. Okay, there we go. It's a class. Class, lesson, subject. So maybe it means after the nighttime class. Here it gives me the word vespers. But if I put in 1 in front of ke here, I think it gives me a different... Wan ke. Yeah, so these two words next to each other can mean evensong or vespers. Now, I've looked up vespers before, and apparently it's like evening prayers or meditation. I don't think that that's what they're going for here. I think that this vespers, after their evening class, The boys went to sleep after their evening class, I think. It would be better. Or, well, let's go Vespers. Go ahead and Google this. Vespers, from the Latin vesper evening, is a liturgy of evening prayer, one of the canonical hours in Catholic, Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, and Lutheran liturgies. The word for this prayer time comes from the Latin vesper, meaning evening. Well, okay. Well, then I will switch this to something a little bit more general. Vespers are evening prayers. And we'll go ahead and add Vespers there in brackets. So, cool. So the boys went to sleep after their evening prayers, or Vespers. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 课后男孩子们去学了。
晚课后，男孩子们去睡了。
男孩子们去睡了。Okay, good. 晚课后，男孩子们去睡了。Barely, but we got there. 小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名 means roll call. 时 from 时间 or time 时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。The boy turned up missing at roll call. 我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。
我弟弟是一个听话的男孩。
Alright, good. 他们两人是在同一天来看我的。他们两个是在同一天来看我的。他们两个是在同一天来看我的。他们两人是在同一天来 看我的。他们 they 两人 two people both 是在同一天来看我的。
他们两人是在同一天来看我的。
他们两人是在同一天来看我的。All right, awesome. Oh, need to add the character here. Cool. Make that modification. Cool. 他们两人是在同一天来看我的。
他们两人是在同一天来看我的。
So, 我的，看我的，来看我的，一天来看我的，同一天来看我的，在同一天来看我的，是在同一天来看我的，人是在同一天来看我的，是在同一天来看我的，人是在同一天来看我的，两人是在同一天来看我的，他们两人是在同一天来看我的。Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. 他们两人是在同一天来看我的。他们两人是在同一天来看我的。他们两人是在同一天来看我的。All right, so yeah, sometimes you may have to do that repeated practice to make sure you can get your mouth through that tongue twister of a sentence. So, 忙中有错时是很常见的忙中有错是很常见的。
忙中有错是很常见的。
忙中有错是很常见的。忙中有错是很常见的。忙中有错是很常见的。小男孩在点名时 OK， 小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。小男孩在点名时不见了。
小男孩在点名时不见了。
小男孩在点名时不见了。All right, so I decided to go ahead and power through because I've only got 25 cards to do here in spoon-fed Chinese. So you can see these are at a little bit simpler level than what I was doing in the other deck. You know, it's a weird looking ma, but 你有手机吗？你有手机吗？
你有手机吗？
You tell already the audio is a lot better in this particular deck. 他们都是好老师。
他们都是好老师。
他们都是好老师。他们都是好老师。好老师。
你的手机在哪里？
你的 your 手机在哪里？你的手机在哪里？ Everybody's afraid of hearing that question. 你的手机在哪里？我不告诉你。
你的手机在哪里？
我不给你，你不能看。What is your job? I am a journalist. 你的工作 your job 是什么？是什么？你的工作是什么？ What is your job? Your job is what? 我是记者。我是记者。Well, let me replay the audio. 记者，我是记者。
你的工作是什么？
我是记者。
你喜欢你的工作吗？
是的，很有趣。
That was a close one on 记者。But got it. 我是记者。记者 is a journalist. 我不懂中文。我不懂。我不懂中文。
我不懂中文。
我不懂中文。我不会写中文。我不会写中文。我不会写中文。
我不会写中文。
我不会写中文。我不会写中文。我不会写中文。
你在干什么？
你在干什么？你在干什么？你在干什么？你在干什么？
你在干什么？
干什么？你在干什么？
最后他没有来。
最后他没有来。This one has the audio along with the characters. I don't actually like that. So that's one thing that I dislike about the spoon-fed Chinese deck. I don't want to hear the audio when I'm looking at the characters, because then that tells me how to read the characters. I don't want that. I want to read the character myself. Maybe I should learn how to disable that maybe I should learn how to disable that. Or if the person who made this deck ever happens to see one of my videos, could you make a version of the deck that doesn't do that? Like, because on this side, I'm trying to remember I'm not just trying to remember the meaning, I want to remember how to pronounce it. And you've just provided me with a cheat.
最后他没有来。
最后他没有来. Right? So it's personally, I feel like it kind of reduces the efficacy of the studying. 他没有来，没有来。最后他没有来。
最后他没有来。
最后他没有来。他教中文。他教中文。
他教中文。
他教中文。他教中文。他教中文。他教中文。他教中文。他教中文。我是老师，还是我是教师，我是教师，教师，我是教师。So you get that. Here you have two, right? You can do 老师 or 教师。
我是老师。
我是老师。
你的工作是什么？
我是记者。
我是记者。
你喜欢你的工作吗？
是的，很有趣。
工作是什么？我是记者。我是记者。他教中文。他教中文。
他教中文。
我教中文。
我教中文。
我教中文。这所大学很大。那是这所大学很大。这所大学很大。
这所学校很大。
Oh, you know what? I said 大学。大学 is college, is what I said. I said 大学. I said this college is very big. But the sentence is only this school is very big, which would be 学校。So, got that?
这所学校很大。
我的朋友教中文。我的朋友教中文。我的朋友教中文。
我的朋友教中文。
我的朋友教中文。我的朋友教中文。
现在是5点40分。
现在是5点40分。
现在是5点40分。现在是5点40分。现在3点了。现在是3点。我现在3点了。
现在3点。
差不多。现在是3点。or 现在3点。or 现在是3点。or 现在3点了。All mean the exact same thing. All of them are totally correct. Of course it's okay. 当然可以。当然可以。
当然可以。
当然可以。当然可以。当然可以。当然可以。当然可以。当然可以。
你的手机在哪里？
你的手机在哪里？ Where is your phone? 我们是朋友。It could be 好朋友。好朋友。But it doesn't say good friends here in the English, so 我们是朋友。
我们是朋友。
我们是朋友。已经是5点了。已经
5点了。
已经5点了。一样。Will you learn? 你要学习吗？你要学吗？Then it's 当然要学。
你认识汉字吗？
我不认识。
你要学吗？
当然要学。
你认识汉字吗？你认识汉字吗 is do you know Chinese characters? 我不认识 means I don't know. 你要认识吗？你要学吗？or 你要学。What I wrote was 您，which is the more polite form of 你。This little bracket here at the bottom makes it more polite. So I kind of misheard them, but 一样。他们都是我的朋友。
他们都是我的朋友。
他们都是我的朋友。现在4点40分。I'm just gonna write 4点。是6点40分。6点40分。40分。10分。6点40分。
现在6点40分。
6点40分。我不会写中文。不会写中文。写中文。不会写中文。
我不会写中文。
我不会写中文。他不喜欢他的同学们。The 同 is together. 学 is 同学 is to our classmates, right? Is learn. Together learn. The people you learn with together are your classmates. And then men means that he's talking about more than one. He's talking about a group, right? So men is for groups. 他不喜欢. Bu means no, and this is 喜欢,喜欢,喜欢.
他喜欢他的同学们。
Now, the audio that actually just said there was 他喜欢他的同学们. So he actually said he likes his classmates. So I don't know why here it says 不喜欢. See, so that's
他喜欢他的同学们。
对，他喜欢他的同学们. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that boo. Okay, goodness. Apple. He likes his classmates.
他喜欢他的同学们。
There we go. Now that's correct. So even the spoon-fed Chinese deck has some issues here and there. There's a lot of money here. 这里很有钱，很有钱。
这有很多钱。
这有很多钱，也可以。I was going to write. You can also do, instead of just 这有很多钱, you can write 这, this for like the Beijing accent. 这. So you write 这有很多钱。这有很多钱 here has a lot of money. Why you would be saying that or writing that to someone, I don't know. 他教中文。他教中文。
他教中文。
他教中文。我教中文。
我教中文。
教中文。我教中文。这所学校很大。这所学校很大。
这所学校很大。
这所学校很大，很大。我的朋友教中文。朋友 is friend. 朋友教中文。
我的朋友教中文。
So this is 我的 my 我的朋友教中文。当然可以。 当然可以，
当然可以，
可以，当然可以，当然可以，当然可以，当然可以。你认识汉字吗？你认识汉字吗？我不认识，你要学吗？你要学吗？当然要学，当然要学。
你认识汉字吗？
当然
我不认识。
要学，
你要学吗？
当然要学。
当然要学。他喜欢他的同学们。喜欢他的同学们，他喜欢他的他喜欢他的同学们，他喜欢他的同学们，
他喜欢他的同学们。
他喜欢他的同学们。There we go. We're done with that one.